Hey guys, today I am doing an updated full face of Kosas. I did a full face of Kosas I think like a year ago, and they have since launched quite a few new products. These aren't new anymore per se, but they are new since I filmed that previous full face of Kosas video, so I figured I would do a new one. Kosas was super kind to send me some of these newer products. This video is not sponsored, it's not in collaboration, but just wanted to put that little disclaimer that these were kindly gifted to me. Is that going to sway my opinion on these? No, it is not. I have purchased quite a bit from Kosas myself before in the past. My opinions are always honest and my own, and my goal here is to help you guys with the content that I create. So let's go ahead and get into this. So the first product actually is a product that I have tried before and I'm actually not a huge fan of. And this is the Kosas Tinted Face Oil. And I know that a lot of people actually really like this. I'm just gonna shake this up, because this is a tinted face oil. So you want to make sure that it is shook up really well. So I have this in the shade 3, and the reason I don't like this is simply just because I have combination skin, combination acne prone skin, and a face oil I feel like is just not what I would typically go for. Not that it's a bad product, it's just that it's just not my preference. But I know that a lot of people really like this. So applying it, it's very, very, very sheer coverage. And for me personally, because I do have a bit of pigmentation, I kind of do like to have a little bit more coverage than this, but that's okay because their concealer, I will go in and I'll kind of use that for some spot concealing. But yeah, I also just like don't really feel like this like sits the most beautifully on my skin. I feel like it almost like clings to spots, which is interesting because it's not like my skin is dry, but I feel like it almost like just like around my chin. I don't know if you guys can see. I feel like it looks like a little bit like cakey there, or it's just kind of like clinging. Not terrible. On the cheeks, it looks fine. It looks nice. Just like around the nose and around the chin. Sometimes I notice that it kind of like clings a little bit, but I don't know. That's not super noticeable. But yeah, have you guys tried this? Because I know a lot of people actually really, really like this. If you don't really have much to cover up, maybe you have dry skin, this might be one that you would really enjoy. It's nice and simple if you like a quick type of base product to put on and don't really care to get much coverage, then I think that you would like this. But it just kind of evens out the skin tone a little bit. But I can still definitely see like some redness poking through, and as well as my like hyperpigmentation spots from past acne. But yeah, I mean, in general, I feel like it sits pretty nicely on the skin. Just like I mentioned, around like my nose and my chin, I do notice like a little bit of like clinging. But yeah, so that's the first product that I already knew I wasn't like a huge fan of, but I don't know if you guys have watched my channel or seen my Instagram, you probably know that I am a big fan of Kosas. I have really enjoyed a lot of their products. So now let's go into concealer. So this is their Revealer Concealer. I have this in the shade 2. Now when I first got this concealer, I got it in, I believe it was shade 3. I'm not totally sure. I did a whole like separate review video on the concealer if you guys want to check that out. In that video, the shade that I had, I feel like was a little bit too yellow toned. And when they first launched, I think a lot of the shades were quite yellow toned, and that's why it was harder for people to find a shade that worked for them. But since I filmed that video, that review video for the concealer, they have launched some more shades. So I believe they added some more shades that aren't supposed to have as much of a yellow tone or yellow undertone. And I believe this is one of those shades. This is 02W, which I don't know if that stands for warm or not. So hopefully, I don't know if this is going to be super yellow toned or not. But already going on, this is definitely like a better shade match than the previous shade that I had. I really do like this concealer. The formula of this is so, so nice. It's so creamy. It provides a really nice, like medium, light to medium coverage. I definitely feel like you can kind of build this one up to a medium coverage, but it applies so beautifully. It feels lightweight on the skin, but it's also like somewhat moisturizing, and it just blends out seamlessly, and it looks really, really skin-like. I really, really like this, and I feel like you almost like can't even tell that I like applied a concealer. Like it just blends out so, so beautifully. I'm just gonna add a little bit more, and then I'm actually going to kind of spot conceal with this, just kind of dotting it all over my face because I have spots like all around my face, mostly on my cheeks though. Then I'm just gonna actually blend this in. I'm just gonna kind of pat this in with my fingers. I feel like this Just helps it like look a little bit more seamless. It just kind of helps melt the product. But this is definitely a favorite of mine. I already knew that. The only thing that didn't work for me when I first tried it was that the shade that I got was just a little bit too much of a yellow undertone. But this shade, 02W, definitely works a lot better. And I feel like this is just looking a lot more natural and just matches my skin tone much better. But yeah, I love this formula. This is a beautiful formula. So if you're looking for a creamy concealer that gives about a medium coverage and it looks super skin-like and just melts into the skin, then I definitely recommend checking this one out. I really do like this concealer. Then I actually don't have their Cloud Set, which is their like setting powder. I really do want to try that. I've heard good things about it. I think it's supposed to kind of give like a somewhat like blurring effect, I think. I do really want to try that one, but I don't have that for this video. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with bronzer. And this is in the shade Light, which is a soft bronze shade. This is the lightest shade that they have. I think they have 2 or 3 shades to choose from, but this is the lightest shade. I really like this bronzer. This is one of those bronzers that you can like really build it up without having to worry about it looking heavy or like you have some stark bronzer line. You don't have to worry about that. It just looks super natural. And as you can see, I've already gone in twice, but it still doesn't look overboard. It looks really natural. It just looks super beautiful. I really like this shade. I think it's a really nice tone. I don't even know. It's like, it's not too warm, but it's also not like a super cool tone. I feel like it's just like a really nice shade and it looks super natural. I feel like somebody wouldn't even know that you like have bronzer on. Sometimes I feel like certain bronzers, it's like it's obvious that you put like something bronzing on, but this one I just feel like it looks so natural and you can just really build it up without worrying about just like over applying it. You can just kind of keep adding more, which I think is really nice. If you like tend to feel like you apply too much bronzer or you don't like bronzers that pick up like way too much pigment, then I think that you would really like this one because this one is super easy to work with and you don't have to worry about like applying too much like right off the bat. You can really just like keep going in and apply more and it'll still look really nice and natural. I guess the one thing I would say is if you do like a more like super obvious bronzer, then this might not give you as much bronze as you want, but I feel like this would be really good for like the winter. Honestly, I think it's great for year round, but because it is a bronzer that you can like really build up and it looks so natural, it's not gonna be like a super obvious like bronzy color. Like I feel like in the summer, like sometimes you want like that really like more obvious bronze, like you really got that like sun-kissed bronze to your skin. But this one definitely does give some nice warmth to the skin, but it's not as like bronze as other bronzers. I feel like I'm explaining that so bad, but I hope you guys know what I mean. But this is a beautiful bronzer. I definitely do recommend this one. I really enjoy this. And I did purchase this one myself. I'm going to go in with their blush. I love their blushes. I had done a whole video about these blushes before. I did a video where I swatched a lot of their different blushes because I do have a variety of shades. One of my favorite shades from them for their blushes, it's Blush and Highlighter Duo. But I really like their Contra Chroma Blush and Highlighter Duo. That is like the perfect blush shade for like every day. But today I wanted to feature another favorite of mine. This is in the shade Papaya 1972. It's a gorgeous like peachy pink shade and it's great for every day as well, but it's just so beautiful. I feel like it goes with kind of like any look. It's just a really natural peachy pink blush and it's just so pretty. Like look at that, so pretty. And to be honest, I rarely ever use the highlighter in here, but maybe I should. It's just the highlighters are super subtle, which can be really nice. Depends on if you like a subtle highlight, but I think that's good for like an everyday kind of color. But I normally just use the blushes and I love the blushes. I feel like I might have just overdone it a little bit with the blush there, but I love blush, so whatever, that's okay. I'm just gonna go in with the same blush brush that I was using and just take a little bit of that highlighter on this brush. Just kind of sweep it on. I think that'll apply better. Yeah, okay, that definitely applies it. But it's just a super subtle bit of highlight. Very like natural looking, just gives a little bit of a glow. I definitely feel like I look over blushed right now. I kind of want to like tone it down a little bit. I'm just gonna go in with just a fluffy big brush just with nothing on it and just kind of try to diffuse it a little bit because I feel like I'm just looking like super peachy and like I just applied a little bit too much blush. There we go. I think that helped a little bit. Did that help? I think it did. Okay, moving on to eyebrows. So this is one of their somewhat newer launches, and as soon as I saw that they came out with eyebrow products, I was so intrigued, and they actually have 3 different kinds. I'll show you all of them, but I'm gonna be using this one in today's video. I actually just did a review for their brow gel, but I'll show you that real quick as well. So this is their Airbrow Tinted. They do have an untinted version as well, which I'll show you in a minute here. But this is their Airbrow. This is tinted. I have this in the shade Taupe, which is that regular like taupe shade. If you typically go for a taupe shade, this would probably be the one that you would want to go for. I did just do a whole review video for this on my channel where I gave my whole thoughts on it and also did a demo. So if you guys want to check that out, I'll put a card up here and I'll also put a link in the description box below. But that's this one. I love the packaging. Their packaging, Kosa's packaging is just like fun, and I don't know, I just really like it. I always feel like pretty drawn to Kosa's packaging. It's just so fun. So then this is their Brow Pop, which is their brow pencil, which I'm super excited to test out. This is actually gonna be my first time testing it out. And then before that, I wanna show you their Airbrow Untinted. So that is what this one looks like. So pretty much looks the same as the tinted version, except for this is the untinted version. So again, love the packaging, so fun, so pretty. It almost has that kind of like holographic kind of look to it. Almost looks kind of like glass with like purple and blue and pink. Kind of reminds me of like a stained glass window. It's so pretty. All right, so then I actually will use this as well today. So now I'm gonna go ahead and get into using this brow pencil. So I have this in the shade Taupe. I love that it has a spoolie on the end here. I always appreciate it when a brow pencil comes with a spoolie. Honestly, I think they should all come with a spoolie for brow pencils. Some come without it, and I don't get that. I feel like they really just need to come with it because it helps a lot. And the actual applicator or the actual pencil itself kind of has that like, it's almost like it's kind of like a triangle shape, and it's like a flat shape. I don't even know. It's not like a typical like just like pointed like brow pencil, I guess. It has a triangle shape to it. I'm just gonna go ahead and start drawing in some hair-like strokes. I'm not sure how I feel about the triangle shape of it. So I really like the shade of this. I think it's the perfect shade. It matches my brows really well. I do think that it was really easy to apply, and I really like the shade, and I feel like you can definitely kind of like draw in those hair-like strokes and give the brows kind of that like more of a shape if you like to do that. But yeah, I really like it, and the spoolie is really nice as well. So definitely I'm liking this so far. I'll test it out more and let you guys know in the future, but I have a feeling I'm gonna really like this, and I have a feeling this is one that I'm going to reach for a lot. Moving on to actually continuing with the brows, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of set this with their Airbrow Untinted. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that just to kind of set it all in place. This is really nice. Just like the tinted version of this, it applies like the perfect amount of product. Like the applicator, the brush picks up the perfect amount of product. It's not too much and it's not too little. So I really like that. I feel like some like brow gels, like the brushes pick up way too much product, and it makes it like harder to apply because you end up like applying too much, especially if it's tinted. Then you get like too much of that tint on your brows where you have to like wipe off a bunch of it. But this just has the perfect amount of product. Obviously this is untinted, so you wouldn't have to worry about it like showing up too dark or anything, but it just picks up the perfect amount of product, and it makes it so you're not just like applying like a glob of the brow gel. Even when it is clear, you don't want to apply just like a glob of the brow gel. So it picks up the perfect amount of product. Definitely think I'm gonna like this one as well. We'll see if it kind of like keeps everything in place. I'll definitely have to give you guys like an update if it kind of like helps to like keep them in place and whatnot, but I have a feeling I'm going to like it. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and use the same bronzer that I used before, and I'm going to pop this in the crease to create a transition shade. And then I'm going to use their 10-second eyeshadows. Now, I've done a whole swatch video swatching every single shade of the 10-second eyeshadows. If you guys want to watch that, if you want to figure out like which shades you like the best, hopefully you guys find that video helpful. But I love my favorite shade is Globe for the 10-second eyeshadows. It is such a gorgeous, like bronzy, like everyday type of shade. I love it. I use it all the time. I have featured this in a lot of videos, so you guys may already know that I really like this. So you just want to make sure you shake it up. It is a liquid eyeshadow, so you don't want to like dump it over. It'll just spill out. But I love this one. Such a gorgeous shade. I'm just going to do a little swatch right here so you guys can see. Look up close. Like, look how pretty. I love this shade. This is so pretty. So I'm going to apply this. It's so quick. These are so quick and easy to use. So you just put a little bit. Honestly, sometimes I'll literally just do one swipe on each eye and then I'll blend it out with my fingers. It's super easy to blend out. If you need like a just super quick eyeshadow product, definitely check these out. These are so good, especially the shade Globe. I love the shade Globe. Such a good everyday shade. Love it, love it, love it. And even when you just are dressing up too and want a more glam look, I love this shade as well. So pretty. All right, so then I also want to show you this shade, which is a like limited edition shade. It's only in their set. This set, which comes with 3 products in it. It comes with this 10-second eyeshadow in the shade called Strobe, which is a pretty like white shimmery shade, pearly shade, I guess. I'll show you guys. I'm gonna demo this as well. And then it also comes with the untinted airbrow, and then it also comes with the wet lip gloss oil, their lip gloss, and this is in the shade Unzipped, which looks like a really pretty pink shade. I'm gonna demo that in today's video as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the 10-second eyeshadow in the shade Strobe. I don't totally know how I want to do this. I really hope this like turns out okay. I don't know, I'm thinking maybe I'll like put it in the center, kind of use that as like a center shimmer shade. I feel like it could also look good for like an inner corner highlight type of thing. I don't know if I want to apply it right on top, like with the actual applicator, so I'm going to put it on my finger. And then I'm just going to dab this kind of on the center. That is really pretty. Ooh, that's a pretty like topper type of shade. I don't know if this is going to go well, but I'm going to put this in the inner corner of the eye. See if that works, and I'll take my pinky and just kind of dab it in. There it is. Super quick, super easy, and is really pretty. All right, and then next is mascara. Super excited to try this. When I saw that they came out with this mascara, I was immediately like really wanting to try it. The packaging of this is so fun. It's so pretty, and the applicator on this as well looks really cool. It's almost, I don't know, it looks like a little different than I guess your typical applicator. It kind of has like a little swerve to it, but yeah, I feel like maybe it'll help with like a curl. I don't have an eyelash curler with me right now. Liking it so far. I feel like it's giving some good length. It also seems to be lifting my lashes, which is really nice. Ooh, it looks like it's giving a little bit of volume, but it's also like separating the lashes in a way where it looks like almost feathery. It doesn't look clumpy, which is nice. Okay, and what? It's actually lifting my lashes. We'll see how long that lasts. My lashes suck at holding a curl, and especially when I wasn't really able to curl my eyelashes that well before this, I am surprised that this is lifting my lashes so much. I've had such a hard time finding mascaras that work well for me. I'm applying it with kind of the curved area. That's the part that I'm applying it with. Okay, this is lengthening so nicely, and it's also lifting. The only thing I would say is that I'm getting a little bit of mascara like on my eyelid, which honestly I feel like I get that with a lot of mascaras. It might just be how I'm applying it and just how my eyelashes are. I don't really think it's like fault to the mascara. Okay, I like that. The only thing that I noticed that I'm not liking is that it Feels like it's like a little bit messy, just a little bit messy, but honestly that might just be my eyelashes. I don't know, sometimes I feel like sometimes your eyelashes just like tend to like get mascara on your lid, or just however you're applying it, I don't know. But that's pretty easy to like clean up. It just got a little bit of the mascara like on my eyelid, but I really like how it lengthened my lashes, and it also lifted really nicely, and it gave a bit of volume, which is nice, but it's not clumpy, which I don't like it to be clumpy. So yeah, we'll see how this works. We'll see if it smudges. But yeah, so I'll have to update you guys, let you know if it smudges or anything like that. We'll see too by the end of this video how it's doing, if it's starting to smudge at all, but I can do an update for you guys as well. So now let's go ahead and move on to lips. So I'm trying to debate which lipstick shade I want to use. I've done a whole swatch video swatching every single shade of their weightless lip colors if you guys want to check that out, if you guys need help figuring out what shades you like the best. So I have 3 shades here that I'm debating using today, and this I have Fringe, which is a really pretty red shade, and then I have Rose Water, which is a gorgeous everyday pink color that I really like and I use a lot. This is definitely my most used shade out of their weightless lip colors. And then I also have the shade Stardust, which is like a nice pink shade as well. It's a little bit of like a deeper, or like, I don't know, a little bit of like a bit darker pink than Rose Water. But anyway, I think I'm going to use, I was gonna try not to use Rose Water because I use that one so much, but I think that'll go good with this lip gloss in the shade Unzipped. So I think I'm gonna go with this. So going in with the weightless lip color, this is their lipstick in the shade Rose Water. Really pretty pink. All right, and then I am going to top that with this pink lip gloss, their Wet Lip Oil Gloss in the shade Unzipped. I'm just gonna do a little swatch for you guys. It's a really pretty, like a baby pink with a bit of shimmer in it. You guys can see that well. So I'm just gonna take a little bit on my finger, and I'm just gonna dab this on top. All right. So that is the completed look. I think this is a really pretty everyday makeup look. Super pretty. I'm a huge fan of Kosas. I have liked them for quite a while. It's definitely one of the first more conscious beauty brands that I tried and really got into. I just really enjoy their products. I think they're all so beautiful, and they're all really quick and easy to use. And I'm just a huge fan of them. I love the 10-second eyeshadows. I love their blushes. The blushes are so good. Their lipsticks are great. The lip glosses are really nice. They don't feel sticky. They're moisturizing, and they are so pretty. The only product from them that I don't really like that much is, like I mentioned at the beginning, is the tinted face oil, and that's just because I like a little bit more coverage. And yeah, although actually I will say, even though this is a face oil, it kind of dries to a matte finish, to be honest. So I don't know, with my combination skin, it doesn't even look super oily. I actually think it looks really nice on the skin. Maybe I'm gonna change my opinion on that actually. But the only reason it's not like my favorite is just because I normally like a little bit more coverage. But using this in combination with the concealer, I actually like the coverage that it gave. I think it's a really nice everyday coverage. I normally, a lot of days I just wear a tinted sunscreen, so I don't always care to have medium or full coverage every day. A lot of times I just do a light coverage. This is actually supposed to give a medium coverage. I think it definitely gives a light to medium coverage for me, maybe more on the light coverage side, but I can definitely see it could maybe be buildable, and it might be a medium coverage for some people. It just depends on what kind of you have to cover up. But yeah, so I don't know, maybe I'll change my mind on this as I use this more. When you first apply it, it feels like it's gonna be really dewy, but I have combination skin, and it actually really kind of dries down to a matte finish. But yeah, I don't know if that might differ from person to person, but it still has a nice kind of glow to it. It still looks I don't know, it still looks really nice and healthy. It's not super matte. It's supposed to have a natural finish. So I don't know, it actually feels really nice on the skin. It feels comfortable on the skin. It feels lightweight, and it doesn't feel drying, and it doesn't feel super oily or anything like that. It just feels really nice and comfortable. And the brow products, I have a feeling I'm going to use these a lot. So nice. And the mascara, I'll have to update you guys on that. Mascara, I definitely want to test this out for a while, see how I like it. But so far, it looks nice. I really need to test it out with a different eyelash curler that I have that I don't have with me right now, because I feel like the eyelash curler that you use can definitely make a difference with like how a mascara applies. But for not having used my good eyelash curler, I think it's looking pretty good. So yeah, I'll have to update you guys on the mascara and how I like it, how it lasts, if it smudges. But yeah, so definitely follow me on Instagram because I can do updates on there. So give me a follow there if you would like. I also post other content there as well. I would love to connect with you guys over there on Instagram. I will have my Instagram linked in the description box below. You can also find me by just searching Routine Beauty with 3 Ys. But anyway, have you guys tried anything from Kosas? Which products stand out to you? Which products are your favorite? If you have tried any of them, are there any that don't work for you? I would love to know your guys' thoughts. So definitely let me know in the comment section below. If you guys do have any questions about any of these products, let me know in the comment section below. I'm happy to help answer any questions that you might have. Anyway, that is it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please let me know by giving me a thumbs up. And if you guys enjoy beauty, skincare, health and wellness, and sometimes fashion related content, I would absolutely love it if you would go ahead and subscribe to my channel. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you all for my next video. Bye guys.